Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jake, aka Tag, and here we're back again with a new meta bomber deck that is dominating the meta. People are never going to expect this deck, and they're going to think it's a complete meme as soon as they see the bomber, but little do they know that you're going to have amazing ground defense with the bomber, and then the weak area of the air defense that the bomber is always struggling with, well, the Executioner has got you to back you up. And you have amazing answers to Bridge Spam, P.E.K.K.A decks, Battle Ram decks, and Elixir Golem decks, you name it. The Bomber, Executioner, Tornado combination has got you covered. So let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with this crazy off-meta Royal Giant Miner deck. Okay, so we have a pretty bad hand. I have to go in for a Zap. Hopefully he doesn't cycle anything. Then we can maybe go in for a Miner right after. Oh my gosh, guys. The prediction Zap on the Steven the Spear Goblin. It actually wasn't a prediction, but can we just call it a prediction for me? It just makes me seem like such a good player. I predict the spawners out of thin air. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have a poison. We don't have an earthquake. We have no way of killing these buildings. So this is going to be horrible for me. I do have Bomber. I have Executioner, but it's not the most reliable way of cleaning up all of the spawners. I don't really feel comfortable going in for a Royal Giant right into that. I'm just going to wait for my Executioner to die. And he's going to go in for Barbarians. Oh, no. So Barbarians are going to be quite an issue if I don't have Bomber like already placed on the map. It's not really meaningful for me to go in for the bomber afterward. It's not going to kill it in time. So it's better for me to bait out a miner from our opponent and then go in the opposite lane with bats plus miner and then a bomber. So this is going to be a really crazy game, but we were able to bait out elixir from our opponent because we didn't go for the bomber too early. We weren't going to get anything out of it, so we delay it to the last possible second, trying to get even more value, trying to get mistakes out of our opponent. I have to eat that because I can't do anything about it. I have to win this game in single elixir. I need to. If I'm going to win this game, that's how I win it. I can go for an Executioner now to kill the Barbarians, but this is going to be an interesting game. I'm just trying to delay it as much as possible. He's got a Lava Hound as well. What is this insanity? We're at 7 wins in a grand challenge, and you're running this. You're a little bit too nutty for me, man. All right, so he doesn't have Barbarians back in cycle because he has a slow card cycle. I'm going to wait and see if he's going to give us value. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, we clump everything up right on top of us, but we are going to be able to kill it all, hopefully. What the heck? Wadu heck? How did the Executioner fumble that? That was unfortunate. Unfortunately, we have to go for guards now just to soak up the remainder of the damage. And this is going to be a crazy game. I will go for bats now, and hopefully he doesn't have zap. But obviously the fire spirits and the influx of spawner spam is going to be a very huge impediment on my capabilities of winning this game. Okay. I don't think we've seen a big spell yet, so that is something that's decent for me. Maybe I can go in for a miner to tank for the bomber and then get some more damage from that. I might have to go for a zap on top of the fire spirits so then they don't connect to the miner. And then the bomber might connect to the tower. Okay, the bomber is going to do some work for us. That's great. I'm going to try to keep this Executioner alive. As we saw before, the Executioner was needing some help last time, so I'm going to try to give him the help that he needs. And Exy is putting in the work. Look at the Lava Hound pups just get devoured. I honestly don't even feel bad. Usually the Executioner is a dirty, dirty card. But at this time, when we're playing against a triple spawner entrepreneur, I don't feel too bad about this at all. This guy has got the most abhorrent, disgusting deck I've ever seen in my life, and it feels so darn good to assert dominance all over it. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Hopefully you stop running this deck. Hopefully he doesn't just put like an Elixir Golem instead of Lava Hound, because we probably would have lost then. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to see what's up. This man is not dropping a darn thing, so let's go and cycle our bats in the back and try to get to cards that we want to be at. We want to have a zap, we want to have a miner to apply some aggression, but, you know, we don't have those, so we're going to go cycle our Executioner in the back, same lane as the Baby Dragon. So this is pretty okay. Baby Dragon fights on our side of the map, our Executioner damages it down really easily, and we get a Valkyrie. Okay, this is what we want to see. We want to go for RG. We have a huge elixir advantage from this, because the RG is going to just bait out a lot, and then we can tornado everything into the Executioner. Unfortunately, he's got Bomb Tower, so that is the one card that could just put the brakes to our push here. I could maybe miner here just for some more chip, but it's not really going to give us too much. It's going to give us a couple hits. 3 hits for a miner is really good. 4 hits is also really good. Anything above that is extra. So we'll see what he's able to do. He's going to go in for an Ice Wizard to shut us down. I expect him to have Wall Breakers. This dude is definitely going to have Wall Breakers. My sixth sense is kicking in, and it's telling me Wall Breakers are on the menu today. I'm going to go for guards on the left-hand side just to cycle because I don't want to go right into a Baby Dragon. Whoa. Okay, I was just wrong. I am utterly incorrect. I'm sorry, sir. I'm dropping bats just because I want to kill the Baby Dragon quicker, and then I'm going to drop a Zap right on top. I didn't know if he's going to poison or something or try to do a funky tornado, so I didn't want to leave my Executioner open to that type of possibility. If I kill the baby dragon really quickly, I think it was the safest route to get the place that I want to be in. But you guys already know Graveyard is one of the hardest deck combos against us, so I need to go for an RG as soon as I see that Valkyrie, and I need to constantly be applying aggression when I can. This is going to be a very, very difficult game for me. I think I want to go in for a bomber as well, just so I'm able to kill the Valkyrie. And I want to go in for guards right on top of the Ice Wizard too. So the RG is going to give us a lot of damage. I did drop guards. Do I want to do this? I think I want to go for bats. Usually I don't like doing this, but it's okay. Wanted to save that for the graveyard, but it's still fine. I need to go for an Executioner. I also need to go for Zap when skeletons accumulate, so I need to wait a little bit. Oh, he's got poison, so we're just going to wait a couple seconds. Now we're going to go in for the Zap as soon as skeletons start accumulating on the side that the Executioner wasn't able to hit, and that paid dividends for me. So I'm going to go for an RG. We know he's going to have Bomb Tower, so I don't want to do anything besides Miner here, because the Bomber would just go right into the Bomb Tower. The Miner is going to be the main source of damage, and the way that we get it on the tower is having the RG tank for it, so that's what we were trying to do there. We expect him to go in for some spam. We'll see. I'm going to go in for Executioner, Guards, and we should be able to kill that quite quickly. Executioner plus Guards will be able to devour the skeletons with ease, so that is decent for me for sure. I can go for an RG on this side and bait out a lot of Elixir, and then go in for a Miner Bats on the left, because the RG is not going to give us damage. It's just not. Simply isn't going to happen. The Miner needs to get us some value, though. We're going to get a Tornado from our opponent. That's unfortunate. Don't get just more than that. I want to go for an Executioner on the right, just because I know he's going to continue to spam that side. Oh my gosh, RG is giving us a lot. I said that it wasn't, and it definitely did. So we can Tornado this back, just so then we don't have to deal with the Baby Dragon immediately, and then we can go for Bats right on top of it, so then the Bomber's still alive. Okay. These are good things. These are really good things. So I want to go in for a Miner and an RG at the river. It's really the only way that I can play this at this point. We have more damage on the right. I didn't even understand that. It was just really crazy to see. He's got Tornado, so he's able to activate King Tower at this point, but that doesn't really matter to me. If the RG gets a hit, I'll be super stoked, but it's looking like... Oh, what the heck? It happened. He's definitely going to go in for spam on the left, so we need to go in for guards as soon as possible. He's going to poison. We're going to be able to kill all that, and then you're going to go in for... Okay, you're going to go for Graveyard when you don't have poison in cycle? That's great. We can just go in for bats. You're going to probably try a Tornado, but since we RG, you can't do it. I'm going to go for a Miner in the very obvious spot. I don't think he's going to predict it. Usually they don't predict that. And even if he does, I can Tornado it away. If he drops like a Valkyrie, I think we Tornado it away. Okay, GG, well played and peace out. We don't even have to deal with that. This is the hardest matchup in the game for this deck. The only matchup that I actually fear. The one matchup I do not want to play against. And we were able to overcome it, even when he has a defensive building and a Tornado for our Miner. So that was a little bit scary, but I'm very glad to win. So this guy's going to go in for a Knight at the river. Is he going to go for a Graveyard? Please don't Graveyard me right now, sir. Please don't Graveyard me. So the Knight is actually going to give him some easy damage. I have to go for a Miner to go push that off of our tower. Okay. So Zap, Hog Rider. Oh my gosh, he's so feisty. The unfortunate thing is if our opponent has Zap, our bats are completely useless because we don't have too much bait. We're kind of relying on the premise of, okay, you're either going to have Zap, Barbell, or Log. He's got Zap and Log. Oh no. So now our guards and our bats are useless. This is going to be a tough one, guys. I need to activate King Tower early on, but it's going to be a tough situation to even get that happening. I'm going to go for Exie right on top of the mortar. He's going to go in for archers. We should be able to kill them with Executioner. And I want him to go in for a Hog Rider soon. So I'm going to go in for a Royal Giant here. Hopefully he goes Hog, so we're able to just activate King Tower. I hope he doesn't have Elixir for the Goblins, or if he has Goblins, he drops them right on top of the Royal Giant. It would have been tragic if he had Goblins here. And... you guys would have just heard me just cry. I would have just been super upset with the situation. I wouldn't have known what to do because this deck does hard counter me with all the small spells. And I needed him to not be able to zap my bats there. And he would have been able to. So I wouldn't have been able to defend against the goblins. So that's why I went for the RG there. If I just tried to defend, it would have been tragic. But because I decided to play aggressive, we baited out the goblins on top of our Royal Giant. And we're able to just get an isolated Hog Rider that we were easily able to activate King Tower with. So that was the best play possible for us. Super lucky. And I am in a good situation in a matchup that is otherwise undesirable. So pretty happy with how this has been. I'm going to go in for an Executioner. We should be able to line everything up. Obviously, the Hog Rider still gets one hit, but I think we're going to be able to finish off everything else after that. If the Exie gets one last hit. Come on, buddy. Hey, that's really clean. So we're down a bit of Elixir. He applied a ton of aggression when we knew that we shouldn't be back to enough Elixir for the Exie NATO, and he tried to make something happen, but still got shut down. I'm going to go for a Miner here. I think that Royal Giant is the wave, so that I can keep my bomber here in front. Oh my gosh, you got a Inferno Tower too. This is really scary. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill that then. Can you go in for guards? Maybe just zap this so then the stuff does not hit our tower. I'm going to bats because he's already dropped his zap earlier. Okay, he used Inferno Tower. That means I can maybe go in for an RG here in Miner. I don't think he's going to have a phenomenal answer to that. I can wait for the mortar to probably lock on top of the RG, and then I can Executioner kill the archers. And if we defend this, we'll be able to win the game. But this was a tough and tall task to win. I am very happy to win it, but he had an Inferno Tower for the RG as well. I think this was a fat hard counter. I don't have any way of breaking through that Inferno Tower, but we were still able to walk with the W despite him having multiple spells and Inferno Tower with 2 buildings against RG without any lightning or earthquake to break through. So GG, well played, and peace out. That one mechanism early won us the game. So we got a game against Fujitori, super good player, so we have to focus up and play our best. We're going to go in for a zap here. We'll see what's up, see what he's going to do. He's not dropping anything. Okay, he goes in for an Electro Wizard. We're going to go in for an Executioner, same lane. If he spams opposite, we got the Bomber. I hope he goes in for like a Battle Ram and spam. It would be so funny, man. Very rarely do they assume that you got Bomber sauce. So he's got Executioner and Electro Wizard, so what can we do here? I think maybe we go in for a Miner with our Executioner. Maybe we can kill his Exy. That'd be nice stuff. At least our bats will be able to kill the Valkyrie, so it's not too bad for me. Okay, so he's got Executioner, he's got Electro Wizard, and he's got Valkyrie. He's got Balloon. Graveyard, okay. That's fine, because I think that our Bomber is going to put in so much work against that. Can also go in for a Zap if I really need to, but I'd rather go in for an Exy, so our Bomber doesn't die. Okay, what are we going to do here? Bomber's going to stay alive, definitely need to give us some more value. I can go in for a Bat Surround on top of the Baby Dragon. If the Baby Dragon was like closer to the middle, I could activate King Tower with that, and that's always fun to do. Bats are going to be able to kill the Baby D. Really nice. Super nice interaction for us. No damage at all. Plus 2 Elixir trade. We take those. This is kind of a bad card cycle for us to have, so I need to go for Miner in the back. This seems weird, but I need to use it on defense. It has to happen. We also got to go in for guards here. Ooh, really, really well played by him. I think we gotta go for a Tornado, just so we pull the Executioner, and then we go for Bat Surround. I don't think I could have played that any better, but he also played that super well. Well played on his end. How are we gonna win this? Because Graveyard is gonna be annoying if he's gonna have Freeze. I don't have any big spells, so that could be quite the predicament for me. I want a Tower Trade if possible, but that's not gonna be possible at all. And they go for Bomber, so we're able to kill the Skeletons. I think that the Baby Dragon just gets destroyed. Which is really nice to have Bomber on defense against Graveyard. We need to zap that earlier. What am I doing? Okay. We have Bomber alive. I guess I go RG here. Oh, I wonder if I could have tornadoed that to the opposite lane. But his Executioner is very far back, so that's really good for me. RG is going to get a ton of damage. Can we actually kill everything at the river, though? That's the real question. This is going to be quite problematic if we don't kill that Electro Wizard. Got to go in for another Bat Surround on top of the Executioner. We kill that. Still have the Bomber alive. So I can potentially go in for a Royal Giant here. So the Valkyrie will end up dying to the Bomber. The Bomber does so much work against any type of ground unit. Really nice for us to see. Need a Miner here and then zap. We just need to kill his Exy, stop him from crossing the river, and then we're in a great spot, because then he can't go in for Graveyard. Looks like he's still spamming here, so we need to still win. Oh man, this battle at the river is really brutal, isn't it? Relentless aggression from him. Fujitora is a great player. He's not letting up anytime soon. We tornado that back, so then the tower starts targeting the Skeletons. I think he's got... Okay, I was going to say, I thought he had Freeze. A little bit more scared. Fortunately, he doesn't. We have to Bomber, so we kill the Valk. I'm going to go for an RG now, since we still have the Bomber alive. Baby Dragon might be able to get a splash on top of the... Oh no, don't hit our Bomber. Don't hit our Bomber. That's really unfortunate. Alright, so this RG is not going to give us any value. We have to succumb to that. Miner here. Executioner probably wins that interaction for us. Great stuff. We need to keep up the aggression here. Alright. How are we going to win the battle at the river? Because the Xe is just going to die. If I had pre-NATO, maybe? I need to keep up the aggro. I'm going to go for bats further back. I need to just go in. These bats might be able to save my butt. This is going to be a tough game. He's so good. Against Graveyard, this is like one of the few matchups that's actually quite problematic, especially against a super good player. You guys are never going to play someone this good, by the way. If you're playing against a Graveyard player, they'll never play this patiently. Usually they'll make a slip up, you'll be able to counter push, and then you'll be able to RG right after. But man, he played this really, really well. He's a phenomenal player. He's got multiple top 200 finishes. I wasn't able to come away with the W here. So GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you, Fujitora. Yeah, it just showcases that Graveyard is one of the few weaknesses with this deck. That is if they're super patient and don't go in for Graveyards unless they are guaranteed damage. This guy's got Bomber. We have Bomber. Do we have the exact same deck? Yes, we do. Can we win the mirror matchup? I feel like I can. I'm just going to use a Tornado, clump everything up, kill his Bomber, kill his Royal Giant, and our Bomber on the right-hand side demands a presence. You can't just ignore that thing. I'm going to go in for a Miner here. He's going to go for Xe, but our Executioner might get on top of the tower now, man. And you're not going to be able to Tornado that Miner because it's just going to die the Xe. Okay. So I want to play this by guard surrounding his Executioner. I think that's going to be our best bet. Or I could go for Bats. You know what? We're going to go for Bats. Guards here. And then Bomber here. That's going to be more than enough to clean everything up. Just want to make sure that we keep our guards alive here. I didn't want them to fall. Now they're going to die to his Bomber. But our Bomber should get a shot off on his. So it's going to be a nice trade. Alright, if you don't drop something in front of that, that's just a forfeited Bomber. Okay, he's still going to try to drop something in front of that. Wait for that to die, then we go in for Executioner. Notice how I dropped my Executioner later because I didn't want it to get hit by the Bomber. Very important to do that. Maximizing its utility. I think the RG only gets one hit regardless, so still fine for me. I want to go for a Miner here, or do I just want to chill? I think he's going to have to spend too much Elixir. I really want to see a Tornado. Oh, really good guard surround by him, but it's still fine. I'm going to go in for Bats. He could definitely go in for a Zap here. We'll see. Yep, he does, but he misses one of the Bats, so we're fine. I'm going to eat the Miner, and I'm going to go all in on the right. We go in for Bomber. I'm going to go for Royal Giant. He's going to go RG. This is fine. This is really good, because look at how much damage he's got on the left-hand side. If he does that and he tower trades me, I can trade, and I'm super happy, because look at how much damage he's got. He should not be playing aggressive in this situation and trying to tower trade when I only have 600 HP. Should be trying to slowly cycle me out. I can't really care about my left-hand side as much as he needs to care, so that's really, really nice. That's awesome. We can just go in for an RG here. Again, just making the trades. Zapping, since he doesn't have Executioner, I think there's going to be a bad time for him. We can maybe cycle another Executioner soon. Our guard is going to be able to kill the Bomber. This is really nice. What an awesome situation for us to be in. Dropping Executioner. I'm just going to drop guards on top of the Miner. I think I can kill his Xe with the Bomber. And then I can go in for an RG in the pocket, and there's nothing you can do about it. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm going to go on, off to the side. And Bats. So then we can kill his Bats and his guard. So we won this game already. He's going to try to Tornado this back, but it's going to be inevitable that this RG just gets too much damage. It's going to get another hit. Oh my gosh, he's forced the Zap again. What an awesome spot for us to be in. Minering doesn't do anything, so there's no point in doing that. Rather Tornado here. Kill his Bats. Clump together his RG. And it was just so important for us to do that one tower trade early on when we were down a bit. Because if we're tower trading and I get way more from it, and you have so much to lose, you're in a terrible, terrible time then. I can just cycle one more RG and win the game, so GG, man. That's all we need to do. If I drop an RG in the pocket, he can't stop the last hit, so. Unless he, like, preemptively Tornadoes, which isn't going to happen. GG, man. Well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. It was a pleasure playing against you and asserting dominance in the mirror matchup. That was a pretty fun game and a great comeback. I did not expect him to go all in on the left-hand side, but when he did, I knew that he didn't have Elixir to defend the right, and that was a great trade for me.